It is a huge issue, that's right. But being represented that we're not looking at it or we haven't addressed it is crap, and you know it is. We've looked at it.
We were never involved in that conversation. What do you expect us to feel?
So,
don't you think we should be involved in that?
And that's the difference. Who's elected to make that decision?
The problem is, if you're elected to make that decision, then who's elected to protect the employees?
We.
No one.
Because you, as a citizen, elected me to make those decisions. Now,
I agree.
as a union member, you're a super employee.
I promise you we'll take care of it.
Gentlemen,
You never supported me two times, so I don't care.
Gentlemen.
And some of the statements he made were a bit offensive in the opening statements, where he said we're backdooring him and we haven't taken this seriously. And you know what? I've seriously had sleepless nights over this. We have for months looked at this year's problems. If you go back to 2011, when I was first on the board, we worked to get rid of a lot of non-mandated services. I worked to privatize certain areas, but really it comes down to 80% of our budget is personnel. So who gets hurt when we have to cut? It's personnel, and we all feel bad about that. I took cuts last time we made mandatory furloughs. We agreed to take cuts now. That was the other thing he said. We made a vote to take cuts, but we haven't taken them yet. Well, nobody has. We have not implemented those things yet. As soon as they do, we will cut our salaries too. I understand the grief they're going through, but what we're trying to do is not have to get rid of employees. We are back to 2005 staffing levels. I don't know how we continue to provide service and cut more employees, so we're asking the unions again to give us concessions so that we don't have to cut employees. That's really the bottom line. His complaint that he hasn't been included in those discussions is very simple, because we're elected to make those decisions, not him. I understand that it affects the employees, that he is and he's a union leader. That's neither here or there really, because we're elected to make these decisions. We are discussing with them and negotiating with them, and the bottom line on the whole union thing is, Commissioner Carboni and I did go up and talk on AB 280. We have a firm belief that unions are bad in governments. Even President Roosevelt agreed with that, and we could see since the late 50s they were implemented how they destroyed cities like Detroit, and that's the big problem. We need the ability to make those cuts that people elected us to make.